Hi viewers, welcome to the channel. This is Neelam. Okay, have you ever divided chocolates in the ratio of 1 is to 1 is to 1? Or have you ever divided pizza in the ratio of 2 is to 3? So what we are going to learn today is how to divide things by using very powerful tool of mathematics, that is ratio. And when we equate two ratios, that becomes proportions. So today we are going to explore ratios and proportions. Let's start. Now let's see the definition of ratio. See, ratio is a way to compare two quantities of the same kind. We'll understand this by taking an example. So I'm taking the example of pocket money. Let's say the elder one, the elder sibling, he gets the pocket money as rupees 1000, and the younger sibling, he gets the pocket money as rupees 500. Now we are comparing their pocket monies by using ratios. And in the ratio, you can only compare when they are of same kind. See, they both pocket monies are in rupees, so you can compare them. Now we are comparing elder to younger. So first write the eldest one and then the younger one. Now it is 1000 is to 500. Now if you see, this ratio is not in the simplest form. So always convert it into simple form. How you convert? If you see, the 1000 is also divisible by 100 and 500 is also divisible by 100 because they both have two zeros at the end. Okay, so we can divide this number by both ratios by 100. So when you divide 1000 by 100, you get 10. And when we divide 500 by 100, you get 5. Now 10 and 5, they are further divisible by 5. So let's divide them by 5. So you get 2 is to 1. So finally their ratio is 2 is to 1. It means if younger one gets the one part of pocket money, the elder one gets just double of it. He gets two parts. So 2 is to 1 indicates this thing. So this is how we use ratios uh, to compare anything. Okay, so now we will take few more example to understand it. I'm taking one more example. This time, instead of two, there are three siblings. The elder one, the middle one, and the younger one. We are going to compare pocket monies. So the elder one gets rupees 2000, the middle one gets rupees 1000, and the younger one gets rupees 500. So we're going to compare the ratio through ratio. So you will write elder to middle to younger. So it is 2000, 2000, and then 500. Now if you see, again, this is not in the simplest form. All numbers are ending with two zeros. It means this all ratios are easily divisible by 100. So let's divide them by 100. You get 20 is to 10 is to 5. Now they are further divisible by 5. So you can write there 4. 10 divided by 5 will give you 2 and 5 will give you 1. So it means the younger one will get the one part, middle one will get two parts, and the elder one will get four parts. Okay, so you can also write them in the picturization form. How you write? See, the younger one will get one part, the middle one will get two parts, and the elder one will get four parts. Okay, so this is how you do comparison uh, by using ratios. Now we'll see equivalent ratios. Now here I'm taking the example of pizza. Now total slices of the pizza are 5 and you and your friend decided to divide it in the ratio of 2 is to 3. Okay, so you will get 2 slices of pizza and your friend will get 3 slices of pizza. So this is how 5 slices were divided in the ratio of 2 is to 3. Now let's say this time you have 10 slices of pizza. So total there are 10 slices. And again you and your friend decided to divide it in the same ratio, that is 2 is to 3. Okay, now the slices have increased. So earlier you were getting 2 slices. So this time you will get 4 slices of pizza and your friend will get 6 slices of pizza. And if you write it in the ratio, it is 4 is to 6. And if you write it in the simplest form, it will become 2 is to 3. Okay, so this means even though the slices have increased, but again the division was in the ratio of 2 is to 3 only. So you can say that 2 is to 3 is equivalent to 4 is to 6. Likewise, it is equivalent to 6 is to 9 and it is equivalent to 8 is to 12. All these ratios are same. So these are known as equivalent ratios. Now we'll solve one question. So three friends decided to share a pizza in the ratio of 2 is to 3 is to 1. Now which of the following could be the total number of slices in the pizza box? So this time ratio is given to you and you have to find the number of slices in the box. So what are the steps? First of all, find the sum of the ratio. So you will add these ratios. 2 plus 3 plus 1 will give you 6. But if you see in the option, 6 is not there. So what are the next step? You will look for the multiple of 6. So if you write the multiple of 6, so 6 multiplied by 2 will give you 12. And if you see in the option, 12 is there. It means your answer is 12. So in a pizza box, number of slices are 12. Okay, now see one more question on ratios. Let's say there are 15 candies and three siblings. They were told to divide these candies in the ratio of 1 is to 1 is to 1. See, when it is written 1 is to 1 is to 1, it means all kids should get equal number of candies. So all these three kids, they all will get one part, and one part. 1 is to 1 is to 1. Okay. So how many total candies are there? There are total 15 candies. How many total parts? You will add these three ratios. That will give you 3. Now you will calculate the value of one part. How you calculate one part? You will divide 15 by 3. What you get? 5. So the answer for one part is 5. And you need to divide candies in the ratio of one part, and one part. It means all these three kids will get 5 candies each because the value of one part is 5. Okay, so all these three will get 5, 5, 5, and total 15 candies were there. Now let's look at the one more question. A ribbon is 40 centimeter long. If it is cut into two pieces in the ratio 3 is to 1, what is the length of each piece? Okay, so what all things are given, first write them down. A ribbon is there. The length of this ribbon is 40 centimeters, and you need to divide it in the ratio of 3 is to 1. The 3 is to 1 indicates that you need to divide it in the 3 part and 1 part. So how many total parts are there to add this ratio? So 3 plus 1 will give you 4 parts. So it means you will first divide this ribbon into equal 4 parts. Okay. Now how you will find the length of each part? What you will do? The total length is given to you, which is 40. You will divide this 40 by total parts, which are 4. So when you divide 40 by 4, you will get 10 centimeter. It means length of each part is 10 centimeter. Now you need to cut after 3 parts. Okay. So 3 parts means the value of one part is 10. So the value of 3 part will be 3 into 10. That is 30 centimeter. And the last part is 1 only. So the second part is 1 into 10, that is 10 centimeter. It means 3 parts is equal to 30 centimeter. So you will make cut after 30 centimeter. Okay, so after 30 centimeter, you will cut this ribbon. So the two parts are 30 centimeter and 10 centimeter. Till now we have seen what are ratios. Now let's focus on proportion. See, when two ratios are equal, we call them in proportion. Like I have represented here, like 2 is to 3 is equals to 4 to 6. So they are in proportion. Now we'll try to first learn what is direct proportion and what is inverse proportion. Then we will solve few questions based on proportions. Let's start. Now let's take the example of pens and their cost. Now let's say the cost of one pen is rupees 10. Now, if I want to buy one more pen of same type, then I need to pay rupees 20. Okay, now if I increase the quantity more, now this time I want to buy 3 pens, then I need to pay rupees 30. If you see if the pens are increasing, then its cost is also increasing in the same ratio. Okay, now if you try to find x upon y, it means if you divide number of pens by the cost of pen. So let's take the case of first one when the pen is 1 and cost is 10. So you will divide 1 by 10, and when you divide 1 by 10, you get 0.1. Now take second case. Now this time you will divide x2 by y2 means you will divide 2 by 20. And when you divide 2 by 20, you get 0.1. Now try third one, x3 by y3. It means this time you are dividing 3 by 30. And again you get the same answer, that is 0.1. It means whenever you are calculating x1 upon y1 or x2 upon y2 or x3 upon y3, always you are getting the same value. So in generalized form, you can write that x upon y is equal to k. So k is constant. So whenever the x is increasing and y also increases in the same ratio, or if x is decreasing and y also decreases in the same ratio, then you can say that x and y are in the direct proportion. Okay, so now you can write x equals to ky. So this thing indicates that x is directly proportional to y. Now we'll see few more examples. Now we will solve one question on proportion. See, if 2 cups of flour are needed to make 10 cookies. So to make 20 cookies, how much flour is required? See, so how to solve such question? You can on the one side you can write cookies. Cookies are represented by x, and on the other side you can write flour, and flour is represented by y. Now, what is given to you? It is given that for to make 10 cookies, so write 10 under cookies, and it required 2 cups of flour. So you can write flour 2 under flour. Now, question is how much flour is required for 20 cookies? So write 20 under cookies. Okay, and how much flour is required that we don't know. So you can represent it by question mark, or you can write y there. Okay, now the formula for the see to make 20 cookies, when the cookies are increasing, obviously more flour is required. So it means when x is increasing, y will also increase. So it's a direct proportion question. So in the direct proportion question, we saw that x1, y1 is equal to x2, y2. Okay, in the previous in example, I showed this thing. So just put down the values here. So what is x1? This is x1. This is x2. 2 is y1 and this is unknown which is y2. Now put down the value x1 is 10, y1 is 2, x2 is 20, y2 we need to find. After that you can simply do cross multiplication. So 10 will be multiplied by y2 and 20 multiplied by 2. This will give you 10 y2 equals to 40 and y2 is 40 divided by 10, which is equals to 4. It means 4 cups of flour is required to make 20 cookies. So it's a question of direct proportion because if x is increasing, y is also increasing. Okay, so you can simply put in the formula because x upon y equals to constant. So x1 y1 equals to x2 y2. See, in the direct proportion, we saw that if x is increasing, y also increases in the same ratio. So when x is directly proportional to y. And if you try to draw the graph or the values of x and y which are increasing or decreasing in the same ratio, you will always get a straight line. Now I'm taking the example of tap and time required to fill the bucket. Now when there is only one tap, the time it takes to fill a same bucket is 15 minutes. Now if I increase the number of taps, now let's say this time it is 3. So the time required to fill the same bucket decreases. It becomes 5 minutes from 15. So you can say that when I'm increasing the number of taps, then the time required to fill the same bucket decreases. Okay, and if you try to find the product of x and y, that will be constant. It means when you multiply 1 by 15, you get 15. And when you multiply 3 by 5, you get 15. So x and y is constant, or you can say x and y will not change. So you can write that x and y equals to k in generalized form, or you can write x equals to k upon y. So when you write x equals to 1 upon y, it means x is inversely proportional to y, which means if x increases, the y decreases in the same ratio. And now see one more question. If 3 taps fill a tank in 10 hours, how long will 5 taps take to fill the same tank? So first of all, try to analyze whether it is a direct proportion question or inverse proportion question. See, if the number of taps will increase, it will take less time to fill a tank. It means when I'm increasing x, the y is decreasing. So it's a inverse proportion question. Okay. Now first of all, make two sides there, taps and time. Tabs I'm representing by X and time I'm representing by Y. What is given to you? See 3 tabs. So write down 3 there under tabs. How much time it is taking? It is taking 10 hours. So write 10 on the right side. Now how much time 5 tabs will take? So write 5 under tabs. And how much time that you need to calculate? So I'm representing it by Y. Okay, and both are these equations are equal. So you can put that sign there. Okay, in the previous inverse proportion slide, we saw that When it is an inverse proportion, x, y equals to constant. It means when you take the product of x and y, it is constant. So the formula here is x1, y1 equals to x2, y2. So under x, you see there are two quantities, 3 and 5. So 3 is what? 3 you can say it's x1 and x2 is 5. So what is 3 here? It is x1 and x2 is 5. Similar way, 10 is y1 and this y2 is y. Okay, now just simply put these values under in the equation. So x1 is 3 into 10 and x2 is 5 and then y2 is y. Now you're solving it for y. So it will become 30 equals to 5y. And what is y? Y is 6. It means it will take 6 hours to fill the same tab with 5 tabs. So when the tabs are increasing, number of hours are decreasing. It is 6 now. So it's a question of inverse proportion. Okay, now see one more question. A man travels at a speed of 60 km per hour and takes 5 hours to reach a place. If he wants to reach in 3 hours, what should be his new speed? So first analyze whether it's a direct proportion or inverse proportion. See, he has to reach in 3 hours. It means the time is decreasing, but he has to increase the speed because he wants to reach early now. So what you will do, this indicates that it's an inverse proportion question. So you can write speed and time. So for 60 kilometer per hour, he is taking 5 hours. Now to reach in 3 hours, how much speed he should take? That you will assume as x because that we need to calculate. Now since it's an inverse proportion question, so you can directly put it in the formula, which is x1 y1 equals to x2 y2. Write down the values. It is 60 into 5 equals to x2 you need to calculate. So I'm representing it by x and y2 is 3. 60 into 5 is 300 which is equal to 3x. X is 300 divided by 3. So x is 100 kilometer per hour. So to reach in 3 hours he has to increase his speed from 60 to 100 kilometer per hour. Now, if you plot x and y graph which are inversely proportional, then you will get a curve like this, in which if x is increasing, y is decreasing in the same ratio, or if y is increasing, x is decreasing in the same ratio. Or you can say x and y are inversely proportional. Okay, that's all for ratio and proportion today. Now it's your turn to practice more and more and get confident and try to solve questions on ratios and proportion. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.